How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional day. Today's topic, I will be talking about a subject matter that is definitely near and dear to my heart. Because basically at the end of the day, what it boils down to it, in 2020 and the future is a wrap for the single income earners. Now, I'm not an economist by any means, but what I've seen going on before COVID-19, what I've seen going on during, and what's going to go on afterwards, and what I've basically been saying since 2017, people have been saying it a lot longer than I have, is that it's not even just 2020, even though this video is titled 2020 and the future is a wrap for single income earners. And if you're watching this, do not politicize this because this has been going on for decades now. So throw the Democratic Republican nonsense off. Like I said the other day to my friend, it's like next thing you know, if you're in the D line, you can only go to this bathroom. If you're in the R line, you can only go to this bathroom. This is not political nonsense crap. This is money, economics. Okay. So anyways, I had to get that off my chest because I just get tired of that nonsense. So anyways, this is about money. So for single income earners, it's a wrap for in most parts of the United States. Now, with 2020 halfway over with, because we're in, it's July 14th today. So we're halfway through the year. 2020 is halfway over with, and unemployment benefits going away for some and being slashed away for most. We are definitely living in certain economic times, family. And we know that, when it boils down to it, you can never just depend on one certain thing. Everybody has to have contingency plans. One thing has always been certain, that having multiple streams of income has always been an important and smart thing, to have. But in 2020, it has definitely turned into a must. It is no longer an option. It's no longer up for debate, no matter what state you live in. I always say, unless you have a house that does not have a mortgage and the property taxes are low and the insurance is decent and you have a significant savings that you're still contributing to on a regular basis, so that when something breaks down in your property, because it will, as a landlord, I tell you it will, no matter how many renovations you do, hey, a car and a house always needs something done to it. That's just the way the game goes, okay? Just like the human body. That's just the way it goes, okay? All right. So you still have to have income coming in no matter what the situation is, okay? That's just the world we live in, okay? So this article that I read today dates back all the way to June 21st, 2016. It's titled, "I Have 15 Streams of Income." This is 4 years ago. And here's why you should too. That's the end of the title. Check, look it up online. It's a very interesting read, okay? Now, with that being said, like I said, this is written 4 years ago, 2016, way before we were placed into today's situation that we are already in today, with COVID-19 and businesses being closed for good, some temporarily, people being unemployed, people's health being at risk, things of that nature. The last decade from 2010 to 2020, there have been more entrepreneurs and self-employed individuals created than ever before in American society, okay? Hands down. And I think it's a good thing, especially a lot of people having options and whatnot. But yeah, hands down, there's been more, and the number one reason, in my opinion, is because without the lack of real pension plans and job security created the need for regular working people to create financial backup plans, okay? Especially within the inception of the gig economy and now the stay-at-home economy, as I like to call it. It's very interesting, and it's just becoming normal, especially for people who are blue-collar workers. It's been normal for them for decades, and I always give a lot of respect to blue-collar workers, construction workers, janitors, landscapers, people who work with their hands on a regular basis and their mind at the same time, and people that work hard. It's normal to have a full-time job and to work a business on the side, or vice versa. I remember when one job I had, and I remember the cleaning crew that was in the building. I was a security guard at the time, and I remember that a lot of the cleaners there, they actually would work there part-time, but they had a full-time cleaning business during the day. And a lot of great example, a lot of the construction workers would work full-time doing construction, and they would work their side business cleaning people's houses and offices and whatnot. So they were doubled in the, a lot of times in the 1099 club and not the W-2 club and whatnot. So they loved it when tax time came around because they would get a big tax write-off because they were self-employed. They would take a nice vacation and they would do three things. Take a vacation because they didn't have a vacation all year. They would put money away before a rainy day because that's a smart thing. And they would put the rest of the money back into their businesses. So they would have a job. Just having a job and having a business on the side was just a normal thing for all of them. And I just thought that was very, very interesting. You know what I mean? Multiple streams of income. And not everybody has to own a business. That's the thing I loved about this article, because not everybody's meant to be a business owner. We know that. No economy can function with everybody being a business owner. Then who would be the customer, right? So we get that. That's the one thing I love about this article. It actually goes into various different ways you can have other streams of income without truly being a business owner, okay? So it's very, very, very interesting, because the number one reason, in my opinion, it's like people have to have financial backup plans, period. Because, the article stated, and it asks a very simple question, okay? Very simple question. What would you do if your boss fired you overnight? And please let me know in the comments section, what would you do if you lost your job today? What would this situation pose on you and your life and for your family and yourself? How would you pay your bills? That's another question that the article asks. The individual within the article stated that they knew what they would do. Nothing, because they already have several bosses, including themselves. I really like the sound of that. I have several bosses, including myself. Now, you see, this person knew that having financial contingency plans in place in 2016 was becoming the norm. The article stated, and I quote, "When you have multiple income streams, losing one is not that big a deal." One of my favorite things that I have posted in my office, in my home, states that a group of people hanging out together and not getting money is called a nonprofit organization. I repeat that again. A group of people hanging out together and not getting money is called a nonprofit organization. Now, there are a multitude of ways to have several streams of income for working people. And this includes dividends from stocks, interest from the bank. If you're not getting at least 1% interest from your savings account, consider switching to a high interest savings account like one at a Discovery Bank, or find the one that works for you, obviously. And remember, I'm not a financial professional. I'm going over suggestions. Do your own research, because it's your money and it's your life. Rental income on an investment property. I do that. I do all of these things basically with basically the suggestions that this young lady made. Income from a room you rent on Airbnb. 2021, I'm definitely looking to get into the Airbnb game, hopefully pending, what's going on with today's economy. And from renting out your car on Turo, freelance income, extra shifts at a local store around the holidays. So, picking up another job, because usually, remember, this was 4 years ago. Now that brick and mortar is kind of going away, you never know what, it's going to happen. But usually places like the post office and UPS, delivery services, Amazon, definitely, they need people. They need people to do extra deliveries or work in a warehouse, because it's one of the busiest seasons. Probably this whole year has been their busiest season because of, online sales have been going up through the roof. So any delivery company, just think about it like that. A business you can start on the side, goes into this specific area, which is very interesting. It's marketing your skills from being an awesome yogi to fixing computers and, services rendered to neighbors, things of that nature. Heck, I remember one of my neighbors was cutting my grass and whatnot. So, did some side work for me on the side, get to know people. I think that's what's lacking in 2020, people not getting to know each other more, especially due to, the virus that's out there. Something related to your passions. A lot of people do this, and I've met people that have done this suggestion, such as basketball coach, baseball coach, football coach, soccer coach, etc., or teaching a painting class on the weekends. Paint night was a very big thing. A lot of people love going to them. And I'm sure that there's probably more of a virtual paint night going on. It's probably cheaper, because if somebody's doing this from their home, then they'd probably just charge you way less compared to what the usual surcharge would be. Because usually paint nights would take place at a warehouse, or they'd take place at a restaurant, And I thought it was actually a great thing, because it was a way for a business owner to do business with another business and have people, they basically did a contract with like an Applebee's or something Fridays or something like that to get more business to come into the restaurant, and then they charge people a fee to paint, and then obviously the restaurant makes money from people who purchase beverages and food and things of that nature. So, and in today's virtual economy, a lot more people are doing that. I mean, the concept of having multiple streams of income is a must in today's economy. There's no other way to look at it. It's a necessity. It truly is. And if you want to argue with me, then it is what it is. It's your life. But it is a necessity in the United States of America, no matter what state you live in. And like I always said, even if you don't have a mortgage, you don't have a car payment, stuff will break down. You need to always ensure that your account is building. Okay? That's all I got to say. No matter what state you live in, if you're not saving more money at the end of the day, when I mean saving, I'm not saying buying more crap. I mean actually putting more money in a savings account and in investments like stocks, bonds, real estate, gold, cryptocurrency, things of that nature. This is serious times that we live in. The concept of having multiple streams of income is a must in today's economy. It's a must. And no matter who's in the White House, who's in Congress, the Senate, or the state houses, your financial success is on you. And I will say that again. No matter who's in the White House, no matter who's in Congress, no matter who's in your state houses, your final financial success is on you and the people you associate with, period. The real life example that was provided in this article about how this individual makes multiple streams of income was listed like this: rent from 3 tenants, renting a guest house via Airbnb. Like I said, I can't wait to do that myself, especially when I found out. I actually took a mini course online on how to really scale an Airbnb business. Easier said than done and whatnot, but the beautiful thing is you don't own the properties, you're renting the properties out, you don't own them, even though the responsibility is on you. You just got to ensure that you remain cash heavy, so when incidentals do occur, because in any business, incidentals will occur. Make sure you have your insurance. Crazy thing is, like when you rent a place, have rental insurance. Just like if you bought a place, you'll have property management insurance. And then the beautiful thing is, since it's part of a business, it's getting written off as a tax write-off. Beautiful thing, right? Just saying. Anyways, I could go on and on. Cooking for guests. A lot of people do that, especially nowadays, because more people are having more house parties and things of that nature because everything's closed. Trading Forex, dividends on stocks and other things. Owning 3 personal finance sites, freelance writing, translation jobs. I know a lot of people that do that, especially the ones that are bilingual and multilingual. Renting out their car and motorcycle. If you rent out your car, your motorcycle, people do that nowadays. Bank interest, P2P lending, So the moral of the story is one has to continuously hustle, work, save, invest, etc. Or as the article stated, keep earning. If you're earning $3,000 and living on $2,000 and invest your savings account at 8% annually, after 20 years, you will have up to $592,000 and more, and $947.22 in the bank. But like I said, do your research. Don't just go off of some guy on YouTube. Now, to get here, you definitely need to contact a financial professional before executing a similar strategy. Because when it comes to finances, there's various multiple strategies. I always look at it like you're playing basketball or football. There's no one set strategy to how to win. You just have to figure out the multiple strategies so that you can win. So let's just think about it. If you are in your mid-30s already and don't want to work past the age of 60, you need to boost your savings rate and asset rate all at the same time. And nothing will help you do that better than having several streams of income. It's definitely something to think about, family. And it's like I said, we're living in the times where everybody's making a prediction of, crypto and gold being the new norm. You know what I mean? Fiat currency possibly going away. Those are the rumors out there. Who knows? But it's definitely with a lot of sincerity that you have to have a backup plan. Check out the Care Bars International, where we buy gold, we save it, you refer others, and you can make money after you purchase one of the packages that you see on here. And if the people that you refer do the same thing by purchasing one of the packages and buying gold at the same time, as an option, because when you sign up as an affiliate, it's free. There's no guarantee, there's no obligation that you have to pay anything. It's all on you, just like life is. Okay. If not, it's all good. Any negative comments, you get deleted and you get banned. On that note, remember, you can't get fired if you own a company. We're in 2020. It's time to own something, family. So please do the great free things. Like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day, family. Take care.